Hello, welcome back. Welcome to my kitchen. Come in, sit down, and let me cook for you. I'm Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, come on in. Guess what we're doing today? We are doing a 1970s cocktail party, and we're going to go back to the 70s. That's right, Swedish Meatballs. They were the thing back in the day, believe me. So normally what they would do is you would have them with just as an appetizer, you know, little toothpicks stick in there. But today I'm going to make it with some egg noodles. I'm going to make it in a little slightly different way. So I'm going to grind up my own meat. Let's get started. All right, right there you have about 1.75 pounds of beef and a little bit of pork in there. I'm going to use some shiitake mushrooms. Now, also I'm going to be using some allspice. And also, I didn't have any nutmeg, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of Chinese 5-spice. These spices right here remind me of the winter. It gets that hearty flavor. Also, a couple green onions that chopped up, some Tommy spice, and also we're going to be using some sour cream. This mixture right here, okay, Marie makes this ahead of time. Rather than put it in and trying to mix it in with the meat, okay, that is a process she does always, and it makes the meatballs. I think that might be her secret. But we're going to add some sour cream to it, to the meatballs. I'll explain that mixture in a minute. We're also going to make the sauce with a little bit of beef broth. And we're going to be using, like I said, egg noodles. So, now normally, like I said, this would have been an appetizer, you know, with the muckety-mucks talking around how about their 401k. Now, here, I got the boss. She's going to be mixing up the meatballs now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this over egg noodles, and that's going to be for dinner. So just adding in most of the ingredients here. Now, getting back to that one mixture. So she pre-mixes this stuff. Now, this is pork rinds, 1 egg, 3 cloves of garlic, 3 onions, actually scallions, all right, 1/4 cup of sour cream, Tommy spice, allspice, and also Chinese 5-spice that are adding in just a 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit, and finishing it with parsley. Now, the reason why this is done is because now when she mixes this, this is already pre-mixed, and now you can start adding it, incorporating it into the meat. While she's mixing that, she's going to be adding in some sour cream to it. Now, that puts the, I guess that puts the Swedish into the meatball, I would think. Anyway. Okay, 2 heaping tablespoons of sour cream, and then Marie's going to start mixing it. Now you're going to see how much easier, and you're going to see the different color, how it's going to change from the sour cream that she just put in there. Now she's going to start mixing it, and you're going to see how everything starts blending together from not just dropping in breadcrumbs or a raw egg into it. Everything is pre-blended, and you're going to see the difference, how everything pretty much mixes together evenly. Consistency is what you need. So, nice little small meatballs. We don't want them too big. After all, this is, a 70s cocktail party. You're not Muffy and Biffy saying anything about it. The meatballs were rather large. We don't want that. Okay, into a pot. I'm going to be adding a couple handfuls of salt. Not handfuls, large pinches of salt. Bring it to a boil. And then we'll be adding in the egg noodles in a little bit. Now, getting into these shiitake mushrooms here. Now, I use these a lot because, like I said, they stay up in my closet, my pantry for a while. Okay, all you have to do is rehydrate them, and they're just as good as new. Being out west here, I have a hard time with getting and keeping mushrooms. So, this is my solution right here. So, usually the stem on here is very, very hard. So it doesn't rehydrate well. So what I do is I like to break it off, take it off, and I break them up anyway because this is going to go into a sauce. Now getting back to la machine, the meatball maker. All right. Now, you can see some of the parts of the onion and everything right there. These are well mixed. Just look at the inside of it there. Now, usually when she's making her Italian meatballs, she uses wine. It gives a nice little flavor, but here she's using a little bit of water. And she'll roll these up here, and we're almost done. These are going to go into the oven, by the way, at 375. I'm going to raise it a little higher. So I'm going to cook fast. I'm going to brown out on the outside a little bit, but I don't want to keep them in too long because I don't want to dry them out because they're small. Mushrooms are being rehydrated. Okay, meatballs are done. We're getting ready to put this puppy together here. Now, Marie counts these because I don't know how many are there. Probably 427. But once they come out, she can keep an eye on it. Then she'll know how many rows she had. Because somebody in the kitchen might be taking some. You know what I mean? That's a federal offense here in the Sunday Dinner Chef's kitchen. Okay, into the oven. Like I said, 375. And there we go. All right, water's boiling. Now I'm going to add the whole bag of egg noodles in there. Now I treat these just like you would regular pasta. Cook it a little al dente, you know. Add a little bit more water to this one here. I must have misjudged this one. But we'll let these go until they're finished. Take them out, strain them. Then I'll add butter to it. And well, they're done. Look at that. Put a little bit of butter in there. Mix them all up. Keep them from sticking. Okay, into a deep stainless steel pan, I'm going to add some olive oil, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms. Now, the mushrooms also have the hydrating water in it, okay, and that's adding some flavor, and also it's going to help with some of the stock. Okay, now getting ready for the thickening agent. I'm going to add a couple pads of butter into some flour, beurre manier. This way you don't have to use a roux. I make a lot of roux. You make this as you go, as you need it. So you're not wasting any time, or this works just as good. Okay, I'm going to be adding in probably 2 cups of beef stock into the mushrooms, and I'm going to let that come up to a simmer. And then we're going to start putting this thing together. Now you got to do this gradually and got to let everything cook down so everything sort of gels together. All right, meatballs are done. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. So I'm just going to let them cool off now, and then we're going to start building the sauce and plate this. The stock has reduced to about half. In goes the beurre manier, that is butter and the flour. Now that's going to thicken it up nice. You can use a roux if you want, but you know what? This works out well. It doesn't overpower it, and it's easier to work with, especially in your home setting. This works much better. So I'm going to probably add two pads in here, and you can see that it's starting to thicken up. Now, once this gets going here, thicken up a little bit more, I'm going to be adding in the heavy whipping cream. Now, I use 40% heavy whipping cream. I pay a little bit more money for it, but it's quality stuff, and it works well for everything that I use it for, actually. I use it in a lot of my different recipes. So you can actually put this in a blender and make butter. Actually add it because of the high percentage of butter fat. Okay, this is going to go in. I'm going to stir it up a little bit, and then I'm going to be adding in some of the Chinese 5 spice. You don't have to do this part. I like that wintry feeling, and it has great flavor. So I'm going to stir that in. Then I'm going to be adding in the sherry. Now, you don't have to do this part. All right? I just like the flavor of it. I like the taste. It gives it a little bit more body. I really do enjoy it. So matter of fact, I make a lot of different gravies, and I use the sherry wine in there. Pretty good. That or Marsala. But for this application right here, I think the sherry works perfect. Now I got something I got to explain to you coming up here. There's the sherry right there. This is going to go in. Great flavor. There again, you don't have to use it. When we do put the sour cream in, all right, I'm going to be putting in a big spoonful. Okay, what I want you to understand is you're going to have to put that in slowly and mix it up, because you're putting something in very cold into a warm, hot pot. The hot pan here. So I just drop it in and just stir it around and try to slowly melt it and bring it all together into the sauce. It's going to separate, okay? It didn't break, but it's going to separate. It's just that the fat, butter fat, and everything had separated from the sour cream. It'll all come together, trust me. Okay, in went the meatballs. The aromas are fantastic. I'm adding some parsley to it, and we're going to get ready to plate this thing here. Yeah, this turned out really well. I'm really happy with it. And give it a try at home. It's not hard. Now, if you're going to have a 70s cocktail party, normally you wouldn't make it with the egg noodles. I just figured we make it for dinner. Why not? But this is really good. It's another alternative. I remember back as a kid, my mom used to use a lot of egg noodles for different, goulash and stuff like that. That might be another one we might have coming up. So yeah, if you did go to a cocktail party and they had appetizers, this was 9 times out of 10 back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. This was part of their food that they were putting out. I'm spoon on a little bit of the mushrooms there. I got to tell you what, this really came out really well. Really, really did. Very easy to make. Follow these steps, or you can just look up different recipes on there. But what we're going to do now is I'm just going to put this up. Now, by the way, this is for Marie. I'm not having the pasta end of it, the egg noodles. And there I'm going to finish it with some sour cream. This tasted fantastic. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for all the new subscribers. This channel really is taking off pretty well. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I hope you are too. Listen, hit that like and subscribe button. And I think next week, we might try to do a little bit of a fondue. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm Tom, Sunday Dinner Chef. Stay safe. Talk to you next time.